The Book of Jubilees. Moses receives the tables of the law and instruction on past and future history, which he is to inscribe in a book, chapters 1 through 4. Apostasy of Israel, chapters 5 through 9. Captivity of Israel and Judah, chapters 10 through 13. Return of Judah and rebuilding of temple, chapters 15 through 18. Moses' prayer for Israel, chapters 19 through 21. The Most High's promise to redeem and dwell with them, chapters 22 through 25 and 28. Moses bidden to write down the future history of the world, the Book of Jubilees, chapters 26. And an angel to write down the law, chapters 27. This angel takes the heavenly chronological tables to dictate their form to Moses, chapter 29. This is the history of the division of the days of the law and the testimony, of the events of the years, of their years, weeks, of their jubilees throughout all the years of the world, as the Most High spake to Moses on Mount Sinai, when he went up to receive the tables of the law and of the commandment, according to the voice of I am, as he said unto him, Go up to the top of the mount. And it came to pass in the first year of the exodus of the children of Israel out of Egypt, in the 3rd month, on the 16th day of the month, that I am spake to Moses, saying, Come up to me on the mount, and I will give thee 2 tables of stone of the law and of the commandment, which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. And Moses went up into the mount of I am, and the glory of the Most High abode on Mount Sinai, and a cloud overshadowed it 6 days. And he called Moses on the 7th day out of the midst of the cloud, and the appearance of the glory of I am was like a flaming fire on the top of the mount. Let me repeat that. And he called to Moses on the 7th day out of the midst of the cloud, and the appearance of the glory of I am was like a flaming fire on the top of the mount. Now that coincides perfectly with the verse in the Bible that I'm paraphrasing, that the Most High is a consuming fire. And Moses was on the mount 40 days and 40 nights, and I am taught him the earlier and the later history of the division of all the days of the law and of the testimony. And he said, Incline thine heart to every word which I shall speak to thee on this mount, and write them in a book, in order that their generations may see how I have not forsaken them for all the evil which they have wrought in transgressing the covenant which I established between me and thee for their generations this day on Mount Sinai. And thus it will come to pass, when all the things come upon them, that they will recognize that I am more righteous than they in all their judgments and in all their actions. And they will recognize that I have been truly with them. And do thou write for thyself all the words which I declare unto thee this day, for I know their rebellion and their stiff neck, before I bring them into the land of which I swear to their fathers, to Abraham and to Isaac and to Jacob, saying, Unto your seed will I give a land flowing with milk and honey. And they will eat and be satisfied, and they will turn to strange gods, to gods which cannot deliver them from all of their tribulation. And this witness shall be heard for a witness against them, for they will forget all my commandments, even all that I have commanded them, and they will walk after the Gentiles, and after their uncleanness, and after their shame, and will serve their gods, and these will prove unto them an offense, and a tribulation, and an affliction, and a snare. And many will perish, and they will be taken captive, and will fall into the hands of the enemy, because they have forsaken my ordinances and my commandments, and the festivals of my covenant, and my Sabbaths, and my holy place, which I have hallowed for myself in their midst, and my tabernacle, and my sanctuary, which I have hallowed for myself in the midst of the land, that I should set my name upon it, and that it should dwell there. And they will make to themselves high places and groves and graven images, and they will worship each his own graven image so as to astray, and they will sacrifice to the children of demons and to all the works of the error of their hearts. And I shall send witnesses unto them, that I may witness against them, but they will not hear. And will slay the witness also, and they will persecute those who seek the law, and they will abrogate and change everything so as to work evil before my eyes. And I shall hide my face from them, and I shall deliver them into the hand of the Gentiles for captivity, and for a prey, and for devouring. And I shall remove them from the midst of the land, and I shall scatter them amongst the Gentiles. And they will forget all my law, and all my commandments, and all my judgments, and will go astray as to new moons, and new Sabbaths, and festivals, and jubilees, and ordinances. And after this, they will turn to me from amongst the Gentiles with all their heart, and with all their soul, and with all their strength. And I shall gather them from amongst all the Gentiles, and they will seek me, so that I shall be found of them, when they seek me with all their heart and with all their soul. And I shall disclose to them abounding peace with righteousness, and I shall remove them the plant of uprightness with all my heart and with all my soul. And they will be for a blessing and not for a curse, and they will be the head and not the tail. And I shall build my sanctuary in their midst, and I shall dwell with them, and I shall be their power. And they will be my people in truth and righteousness. And I shall not forsake them nor fail them, for I am the Most High their power. And Moses fell on his face and prayed and said, O Lord, my power, do not forsake thy people and thy inheritance, so that they should wander in error of their hearts, and do not deliver them into the hands of their enemies, the Gentiles, lest they should rule over them and cause them to sin against thee. Let thy mercy, O Most High, be lifted up upon thy people, and create in them an upright spirit. And let not the spirit of Beliar rule over them, to accuse them before thee, and to ensnare them from all the paths of righteousness, so that they may perish from before thy face. But they are thy people, and thy inheritance, which thou hast delivered to thy great power from the hands of the Egyptians. Create in them a clean heart and a holy spirit, and let them not be ensnared in their sins from henceforth until eternity. And the Most High said unto Moses, I know their contrariness, and their thoughts, and their stiff-neckedness, and they will not be obedient till they confess their own sin, and the sin of their fathers. And after this, they will turn to me in all their uprightness, and with all their heart, and with all their soul. And I shall circumcise the foreskin of their heart, and the foreskin of the heart of their seed. And I shall create in them a holy spirit, and I shall cleanse them, so that they shall not turn away from me from that day unto eternity. And their souls will cleave unto me until all my commandments, and they will fulfill my commandments. And I shall be their father, and they will be my children. And they will all be called children of the living power, and every angel and every spirit will know, yea, they will know that these are my children, and that I am their father, in uprightness and righteousness, and that I love them. And do thou write down for thyself all these words, which I declare unto thee on this mountain, the first and the last, which shall come to pass in all the divisions of the days in the law, and in the testimony, and in the weeks, and in the jubilees, unto eternity, until I descend and dwell with them throughout eternity. And he said to the angel of the presence, Write for Moses from the beginning of creation till my sanctuary has been built among them for all eternity. And the Most High will appear to the eyes of all, and all will know that I am the Most High power of Israel, and the Father of all the children of Jacob, and King on Mount Zion for all eternity. And Zion and Jerusalem will be holy, And the angel of the presence who went before the camp of Israel took the tables of the divisions of the years from the time of the creation of the law and of the testimony of the weeks of the Jubilees according to the individual years from the day of the new creation when the heavens and the earth shall be renewed in all their creation according to the powers of the heaven and according to all the creation of the earth, until the sanctuary of I Am shall be made in Jerusalem on Mount Zion, and all the luminaries be renewed for healing and for peace and for blessing for all the elect of Israel, and that thus it may be from that day until all the days of the earth. The Book of Jubilees is already powerful, and we only in chapter 1. All praise to the power of the Son of Man, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Father I am that I am, and for him sending his only begotten Son, the Son of Man, to finally come and redeem us in these last days, and finally show us the true and mighty presence of that consuming almighty fire. All praise. Shalom, Israel. Stay strong and keep your head up.